What is up, you guys? Welcome back to AfterBuzz TV's after show for Good Trouble. We are so excited to, of course, recap the episode with you, then move on and play a fun little game, Have You Been Good or Trouble? And as you can tell, we have a very special guest, so stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to AfterBuzz TV. Of course, we are here recapping your favorite drama on Freeform, Good Trouble. And as you can tell, we have a very full panel and a very special guest. Today's guest portrays Raj on the show, which is struggling to find his voice in the workplace and in his personal life. We're going to get into all that and more, but please give a very warm welcome to Dhruv Uday Singh.
Hello! Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being
Excited to
here.
be here. I play Raj.
Yes. I think everyone knows.
Yep. Yeah.
That is watching right now.
That is
anyway.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's watching right now.
And we are joined by the other co-host, the unapologetic Chae Jones,
Hey guys, there's a lot to talk about. I'm here for it. Let's do it.
the woke and well-informed Taylor Gates.
Thank you so much. Every time you say that, I'm just like so honored,
You're like,
honestly.
thank you. And I am Dakota T. Jones, and
You deserve an adjective.
I know.
Okay,
The
give me-
dashing
Birthday boy.
And the
Thank
birthday
you.
boy.
All right.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. My 23rd birthday today. 23 is a weird year because you don't really feel like it's anything special. You're like, okay, like 21, you can drink. 22, you're like, oh my gosh, 22.
I'm like, I can just play Taylor Swift and
Right.
yay.
And then 23, it's like,
It's all downhill from here.
But the good news is that we're recapping the episode tonight, so that's something fun to do for my birthday. I couldn't skip out on you guys. I had to be here. I was so excited. But we're going to be recapping tonight's episode titled Swipe Right. It's Season 1, Episode 7. As you heard in the teaser, we're going to be playing our fun game of Have You Been Good or Trouble, which is always interesting, always very telling. You learn a lot about us up here. Then, of course, we have our segment, This Girl is Dope, where Taylor highlights a woman in politics or mainstream media, tech world, who is killing it and deserves a lot of recognition.
Today's a good one.
Ooh, I'm excited. Yeah. And, of course, we're going to be asking Dhruv a lot of questions and kind of picking your brain on the show and what's going on with your character. And so let's kind of jump into it. What was your overall thoughts of tonight's episode?
Tonight was a sexy episode. I mean, even by Good Trouble standards, this was a what can I say? Horny.
You can say it.
horny episode. It was great. I mean, I was into it.
Yeah.
Dude, that was damn. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. There were twists and turns that even as someone who worked on the show and had seen the scripts, you know, it was fun to watch the realized product. I was really rooting for people and rooting against people.
Right.
It did feel like this is an episode that Raj is not involved with intimately. So it did feel a little bit like a fun orgy that my character wasn't invited to.
Yeah. Maybe he didn't want to be.
Maybe.
No.
I did from being on set, and I'm not by any means a serious actor, but I've started, you know, when you do a whole season of a show, you start seeing things through the character's eyes a little bit, and seeing Mariana in that first scene popping, you know, in bed was painful to watch through Raj's eyes.
Right.
Through Raj's eyes, it was like, oh no, but you know,
I know.
Yeah,
That's so true.
yeah, Raj. What a doofus.
I know. What do you guys think of what's going on with Mariana? Do you think, are you like team Raj and Mariana all the way, or are you kind of into this whole experimentation that she's doing?
I think maybe she needs like a period of experimentation. Like she's young, she's, you know, single. She should do all of the things that she wants to do, you know, that make her feel, as Davia said, empowered as a woman. But honestly, I feel like she and Raj might have a future. Like I really see potential there. And I know there was debate last week about like whether that would work, but I think they would be cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I am here for any experimentation anybody wants to do. Is you're right, and I was here for that. That was just hot. Yes, empower yourself as a woman. When it comes to Raj, I love Raj, but the only way I can see them working as a couple is if he learns to speak up and not be as silent. That's like the only way for me. At this moment, I am Evan and Mariana, only because their chemistry is good too. So,
okay.
Sorry.
No, I agree. Yeah, the last episode too for the viewers who've been watching it, you know, Raj made a bit of an ass of himself, crossed the line. So
Well,
It wasn't even okay. It wasn't I don't really think you crossed the line so much as you didn't defend yourself. You just let her go on, and then you kind of went into your little shell and then walked out. Versus you staying around and say, "Hey, I actually do like you. like defend yourself. Like this is not just me wanting something from you besides more than
I like
friendship.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That was
agree.
for me.
It's a
I
gray
agree.
area for sure.
Yeah.
It's like very, debatable, and it's interesting to
Yeah.
watch everyone's opinions on it, I feel like.
I think that's a good testament to the writers on the show. They did a good job, I think, of because online there is debate about it, which I think is cool.
Definitely.
Giving people some room for a little nuance. I
Yeah.
like that.
Absolutely.
I mean, I personally think that Raj didn't mean any harm by it. I don't think that he's using Mariana. I think he really does like her, and I think it's evident whenever we see you guys all sitting in the club and she starts talking about another guy being her type. You can kind of see your character just kind of like, it hurts you. It's not like a, oh man, I'm not going to get her. It's more of like a, oh, I thought maybe we had something. So I really feel like your character is not meaning any harm, and Mariana is kind of flirty a lot, or she's just very outgoing. And so I don't know. I feel like you mistakenly took a chance when it wasn't the right time. You were there to work, and you crossed that line. But I don't think you did it coming from a bad place or maliciously or trying to get anything from her. I think you genuinely have a crush on, or your character has a crush on her, and you are just trying to figure it out because you're still trying to find your voice yourself, because you haven't been able to kind of stand up for yourself in the workplace with the racist remarks. Obviously, you know how Mariana's dealing with a lot of sexism in the workplace, so you're feeling like you guys may be on the same wavelength as far as like you're both trying to overcome and find your voice. Am I making sense?
You absolutely
Okay,
are.
okay.
Yeah.
He's got some things to learn, I feel
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
still, and definitely areas that he needs to grow in, because, he didn't stand up for Mariana when all the other guys were around, and that was obviously not okay. Like, he needed to stand up around other people, and so, yeah, I just think that there's a lot of room for him to grow, but I feel like he can get there. He just has to learn, and he has to work on himself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And for me, it's interesting, like the way they're playing Raj and even Mariana in the workplace, because I always feel like we as people of color have to code switch. We have to flip a switch in our heads and say, okay, this is the way I'm supposed to, in this situation, act, like versus what I would do at home around my friends.
Yeah.
Because,
Which is an interesting thing that they deal with in
Right.
the last episode, or maybe the one before, I can't remember, but where they have a talk of almost without using the exact words,
Yeah.
code switching. That's kind of what it's about, really. About like, well, we gotta blend in to kind of get ahead over here, is what he says there. Yeah, and it's an interesting thing because I think it is a constant debate you have, either as a woman in a male-dominated workplace or as a person of color in a workplace like that, of like, how much can I speak up while still keeping my job or while still not rocking the boat too much, And I think the show does a good job of presenting that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that fine line. Which said, Raj needs to speak up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I really hope moving forward that your character is able to kind of find his voice and be able to speak up and, stand up for himself more. And
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that, because I feel like it's definitely coming. And I think it's something that people really need to see. So I'm very excited. And it's cool to be a part of, like the fact that you are, like, you as an actor are using your voice to help.
It's cool. I mean, I feel very lucky and very honored to be on a show that that is simultaneously, I think, really fun and really
Yeah.
hot, as you all saw tonight, and does dabble with these issues a little bit. I think that's a cool thing for a show to do. Yeah, I think that's because it's not preachy.
Yeah.
It's just these issues are there, and then here's Tommy Martinez shirtless
He's just
and
like
gorgeous.
always.
Oh my God! Like, how do you not watch that?
Right. Well, I was so excited to see you on Good Trouble, because I was telling you earlier, I was able to be in the studio audience for a pilot that he shot.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah, Pandas in New York, which I thought you did incredible.
Thank you so much.
And he was the lead, and he just did
was.
so incredible. And so whenever I saw you on Good Trouble, I was like, he looks so familiar. And I'm like, do I know him? Do I work with him somewhere? And I'm like, no way. And then
That's so
clicked.
funny.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching that. Thanks
Yes.
for coming to that. Yeah, for those not in the industry world, a pilot is the first episode of a show that a network makes to see whether it should be picked up or not. This show that we shot, Pandas in New York, was picked up for one episode that was never aired and put in a basement. It was not picked up. That's
Listen,
what
they're
I'm saying.
streaming now, though. Like, you never know what can happen in the future.
I know.
True.
Like, I'm holding out hope, guys.
But that show also talked about a lot of very important issues, and it was so great. Like, I could get into that, but that's another after show.
Yeah.
But I just want to say that you did an incredible job, and how great
Thank
is
you,
that?
Dakota. That's so
yeah,
nice.
but to be like a lead in a pilot and to get so much experience, and like you said, you were having to, they were changing the script and you had to learn lines and everything. That just goes to show, your skills as an actor, and it only helps you and is only going to get you further and,
Thank
onto
you.
another show. Yeah.
That's so nice. Yeah, I hope so. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Good Trouble got picked up for season 2, so we're hoping to see Raj in season 2.
Yeah.
Which would be incredible.
I mean,
So,
they start filming in the first week of March, so.
you never know.
You are all up on the news.
He's like, I didn't even get that schedule yet.
Oh, Bradley
No, I did
tweeted
know
that. That's also how I know. So like that
Yeah.
wasn't like I
Okay.
was,
No, I
it
did know
was a
that.
tweet.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
I did
All right.
know that. I did know that.
That's awesome. Well, let's kind of recap this episode. Then
Yeah.
we're going to get into another segment. But I did want to talk about how the girls were all using a dating app. And what was it called? It was like
So,
Shipper.
Cypher. Yeah, Shipper.
Shipper.
Yeah. that.
And they're all determined to find someone to hook up with for the night. And just to kind of recap a little bit of each girl, Alice finds a match, and actually she seems to really have a lot of chemistry with this match. Then Sumi knocks on the door as things are getting heated and says that the wedding is called off and really needs her. And I was so proud of Alice. I think she's definitely growing. She was able to be like, no, I'm sorry, I can't right now. I have company, and I can't be there for you tonight. And I was like, okay, we went from not being able to say no to supplying toilet paper to now, like, pushing away the girl that you thought you loved and wanted to spend the rest of your life with. But, then she kind of resorted back to her old ways.
Take
and
2
called
steps
her in.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was interested to see what's going to happen with next week. It seems like Alice called in on the radio show and asked, do we know the lady's name?
Joey.
Yeah.
Joey?
Yeah.
Okay, so Joey has a radio show, and Alice called in and was like, "Hey, can I have a second date?" And it was kind of nice how she publicly, to all the 11 listeners
Right.
that listen to Joey's podcast, was kind of like, I messed up and I'd like another chance. So I'm excited. I mean, Sumi is a mess, and she's already back on. So with her,
Of course.
Fiance.
Like,
Of
we
course.
all saw it coming,
Yeah,
but
we
it
did.
doesn't
make it hurt.
sting,
Yeah.
any less, because Alice deserves the world. But I don't think she and Sumi are the right fit.
Yeah.
I think that Alice is just too pure. Like, I don't know, and I just feel like Sumi takes advantage of her a lot, and I don't like that.
what did
Not at all.
you think of Malika's match?
Oh, I liked
Okay.
it.
Yes, Lord.
Sharonis.
But this is why. Okay, so when you can actually have a conversation, especially when you love movies so much, and then you can go that in depth into rom-coms, and then actually have a person guess your favorite, and then just come in and just actually say some lines in the movie, you get a second chance, you get a second date. We can go back to my place now.
I also just want to say, like, I really love that the whole fact that he was so educated on romance movies, like, wasn't played for laughs necessarily. Like, I don't know. It's just, like, subtly kind of tackling toxic masculinity,
Yes.
which I thought was really
Yeah.
cool. And it was very cute, like you said.
And Love and Basketball is one of the best rom-coms in the world. I think it has the best first times that was shot in movie form too. So to redo that scene, and I was here for it all. I was like reminiscing. I loved it.
Do you think that he made up for the fact that he originally swiped left on her?
I think the fact that because she also called him on it, yes.
Okay.
Because even after she said that to him, he could have not showed up. He didn't have to come back to the bar. He didn't have to actually try to make an effort to apologize. So the fact that he did, he does understand. You judge me from just a picture, because obviously we all do. We're on dating apps. We're kind of just looking at what we see, but don't judge that person, because even she said, I don't want to give my number to someone who subconsciously or not wrote me off, because that's a shitty feeling, especially then when you walk into my real life, and then you try, can I get your number? What's your name?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe not my name, but you've seen me before on this app. So it was interesting. I like that he made it up and really didn't give up, because it was the way that he kept persisting wasn't in a creepy way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was in a genuine way, and he really wanted to get to know her. So I really liked that. But what did you think of Davia finally getting over the married man Jeff and kind of hooking up with, what was his name?
Paul.
What did you think of
How did you know?
Paul?
You don't remember Paul?
I don't know. It was a
Paul,
flash.
I mean, tats off. I forget his name because I didn't mean it, but the actor who played Paul is so great.
Yeah.
He just nails the tone of that character. It's just so funny and like shaggy and charming in a way. I don't know why. I just love that. I love that plot line. I thought it was great. I thought it was such a. His name could have been Paul Giamatti, and it would have been on point. He was great.
I think it's adorable because in a way, even though he never really asked for consent, kind of it still was like his own awkward way of asking for consent. Like, sorry, is this okay? She's like, dude, just shut up and take me. Like, we've been like talking all night. We're now in bed. We're good.
And she was very forward, saying like, "Are we gonna do this or what?" Like, she pushed him on the bed. So I mean, he knew that that's what she wanted, but it was still cute that he was like, "Is this cool?" He was so funny. So like, really great actor because he's so quirky and it made me laugh.
And I just like with every episode, I just love Davia more and
Oh,
more.
yeah.
Like she
She's
is the
great.
friend that everyone needs. Like she'll tell it to you exactly like how it is. She wants you to get your confidence up. Like I love her so much.
And like even like looking at her like the Facebook. These are quotes.
These are quotes.
These are pictures of quotes.
I'm not supposed to post my tax returns.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I would like to see some pictures of quotes, but that's also my own quirk in myself. But dude, I need you to up that game, your Facebook game too,
So funny.
just a tad.
Yeah.
Or like social media game. Like you need something other than Facebook in
Right?
2019, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
go ahead.
No, I was gonna just say he should have been like, "Oh, I have a MySpace." That's it.
MySpace.
It ended there.
I wouldn't even know what to do with that. Like, what's your password? Like, because I forgot mine back in 08.
Do those still exist? Can you still check your own MySpace?
That's actually a good question.
No.
I wonder.
That's
Someone tell us
interesting.
in the comments.
Yeah,
Please.
please.
Let us know the last time you logged into MySpace.
My
But-
favorite part of the whole, like my favorite friends characters were Malika's two friends at the bar because they kind of reminded me the whole time because they were sitting near each other. Do you remember Statler and Waldorf from the Muppets? In the Muppets there were these two grumpy old men characters.
Oh,
but
like
they
the grumpy characters?
Yeah,
that
who
always
sat on
come
the
to-
date
yes.
and just commented only because they were seated the whole time and they just kept commenting on the date. I thought it was so funny. They were so good. They were like, It was such a great like running commentary on what's going on with Zuri and Sharonis's characters.
I love
Oh,
that.
that was so funny.
That was hilarious. I really think that added an extra layer because they were kind of like, "No, don't do it." Okay, yeah, do it.
Yep, do it.
And then they were just sitting there the whole time with their drinks, like judging and then like rooting for her, and it was
But
great.
as soon as he came in, she's like, oh, okay, sip.
Yeah,
way-
she was barking off, and then she's like, "Oh, he's coming."
And the way that they just talk to each other feels so real and like authentic, and I love that. Like it feels like I don't know if it's improvised or not, but it feels like it is. It's like just a friend group having a conversation, and they like props to the
Like, my
writers
friend's a
and the
bartender, I'm
actors.
showing up for free drinks,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we touched on it a little bit, but Mariana had a very interesting night. She
sure did.
Yes.
she was saved originally by this man. I don't know any of these dates' names.
I don't think he.
I didn't get his
The only name we
Okay.
got was the girlfriend, which is Laura. So
okay.
that was like the only one we got.
She's rescued from a date with a classic 90s movie villain.
Exactly.
by
I'm
by this other
sorry.
guy.
I have to give it up for her because I could have not. I don't even know how long she actually stayed in that conversation. But listen, she was in the conversation for an hour. She's a lot braver than me because I would have dipped out within 5 minutes.
He was a mess.
He puts on his pants one leg at a time.
No,
you guys.
two pants, like 2 legs at a time. That is what he said.
Is that what he said?
He said
No.
He said 2 legs at a time.
No, I don't think he
No,
did.
no, he did because even she repeated it later.
One leg at a time is
Two-
the phrase.
That's the
No, it
phrase.
is. But what he said was
He's still
2
bragging.
He said 2 legs at a time. Like he's extraordinary. Not just
Okay.
one. I do it with 2.
Maybe he sits in the edge of the bed and just like puts them on that. You know what I'm saying?
and just jumps.
I mean, my hair is obviously better than yours.
Yeah.
Again, she's braver than me because I would have dipped out.
I would've
I wouldn't
been
even
out of
had my. Oh, you got. I went to the bathroom.
Right.
I'm gone.
Bye-bye.
This man saved her, and I'm really surprised that she didn't dip whenever the guy was like, "Oh, my girlfriend," and she just seemed totally chill with it. I don't think she had any inkling in her mind at that moment that a threesome was in the mix.
It's not until she drank that wine. I
Right.
think she was
Yeah.
like, oh, you can see the realization on her face.
And she was in it. She was down. She said that she loved the attention. She was the center of attention for once, and she was all about it. Until the next morning, whenever she woke up and made the mistake of kissing him, when the girlfriend was like, clearly, we only do this together, not when I'm out of the room or whatever, which, I've heard that is how that works a lot of the time.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
yeah.
but like, okay, this is my only thing for that. If that is your thing, and you need to tell that person you're bringing in for a threesome, you have to explain that to them because she don't know this is her first threesome. So I feel like that's also a discussion you should have before you try to even jump into a threesome.
Yeah.
What are our rules? No kissing on the mouth. Kissing on the mouth was acceptable like for like the AM Like when the sun is up, should I be like just walk on out, take a shower? You gonna fix me breakfast? What we doing?
Yeah, you gotta have like a.
A whole guide, a whole pamphlet.
Give me a
Just
pamphlet.
asking.
It's gotta be like 50 Shades of Grey where they sign a bunch of contracts.
Yes.
before doing
I
it.
mean, at least if you have the contract, like we're all good. You signed it, I signed it. We know where we stand. That's not a bad idea personally, especially when you're jumping into something new and you don't. I don't know what you've been doing. Y'all been doing with other people. I need checks. I need to check some bills.
It's messy.
Yes.
Messy in more than one way.
Mm-hmm.
But
Dakota.
Wow.
okay, my bad.
Wasn't I supposed to say that?
PG-19.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm so proud of you.
Go, Dakota.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank
This
you,
is a
thank
proud
you.
mama moment, guys.
Thank you. So let's we're gonna be talking about Callie and Gael, but first Taylor is gonna be letting us know some awesome things coming up here at AfterBuzz and how you can get involved.
Yes, before we move on to our next topic, we just wanted to say thank you for making us be the ESPN of TV talk. For us to continue to grow, we could use your help. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating.
The 4, and the 3, and the 2, and the 1 do
They're
not
broken.
work.
I don't know why.
They're
I just
broke.
can't push
Right.
them. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. We love reading your guys' comments. I check them every Tuesday morning. It's like, or Wednesday morning. It's like my little wake up routine. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us, and we truly appreciate you supporting us and doing what we love. Do not forget to tell your friends and keep on enjoying our shows because we enjoy doing them.
Yes.
We do.
We thank you guys, and it's been so much fun. We've pretty much had a guest each week. Thanks to Chae, you've did an amazing job of booking guests.
And Taylor's.
And the generosity of the guests.
Right.
That's true.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks for having me. What a pleasure.
Yes, and I'm
What a
sure.
fun thing.
I know. Yeah, it's fun because we get to recap and talk about the episode, and we really kind of get to when, your show ends, then we go live, and then we just like get to go in depth and really talk about what's going on.
The
So
party never stops.
it doesn't. Yep. But I wanted to see what your thoughts were on Gael's and Callie's complicated relationship.
Yes.
And if they kind of need to put pump the brakes a little bit until they both work out their careers or not.
Yeah. I mean, good question. I don't know. I think it's such a real thing, especially in your 20s. I think of like that balance of, especially when you're single. I think of that balance of like how much am I investing in my dating life and my career, because that's the decade where you really gotta like kind of put the pedal to the metal on either one. Really, I think Gael is too irresistible to say no to outright. In my opinion, Callie's, take a little break, do it moderate. Do it like a paleo diet where you're like, okay, I won't not eat carbs. I'll eat like a little bit, but like I'm not gonna completely cut him out of my diet. You know what I mean? He's great.
Maybe once or twice a week.
Once or twice a week, whatever. Yeah, moderate it.
Let's be real though. Like Callie is also so irresistible. Her
Oh, yeah.
getting out of that
Yes.
pool, I was like, oh my
absolutely.
god. Like
I was
Oh.
like, do you play on the other side sometimes? I just got questions for you, Callie. Because damn,
Yeah.
like shout out to Troyan for that shot.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
just
she
shout
Also,
did
like-
that for me.
Yeah. Pro tip too: if you're trying to get some at the coterie, go to the pool,
right?
swim a little
Right.
bit. Every episode, it always ends up in someone's bed.
Seriously.
Great way to do
They
it.
just hop in,
Yeah.
do their thing, and then they get out and they do their thing.
I
Yeah.
hope they clean the pool.
Real
That's
quick,
all
as
I gotta
Raj,
say.
I'm gonna take some mental
Yeah.
notes. Go to
To-
pool at coterie.
There you go. See, that's what you should have done before making the move, Mariana.
Gael, I was gonna say something else. Gael and Callie, okay, their argument, they both have points though. More so for Gael to Callie because, girl, I really don't think you want it. Like, it's not even just about focus. Like, if it doesn't matter for me, at least, I don't think it really matters how much of a relationship you're in or you're out. If you want it, it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, if you really cared about being a lawyer, you wouldn't let your relationship affect how you're focusing on how to get it, because you were focusing on it before you even got a relationship. So we're trying to tell you something. We're starting to send you some signals, but you're not here. You ain't hearing me though.
Yeah. It's hard because I think that Callie needs focus, but I think that Gael needs motivation because it's like he has to be the self-starter. When you're an artist, like you don't necessarily always have deadlines, especially like that was a challenge for me going, graduating college. Now I don't have deadlines for my assignments anymore, so you have to motivate yourself to do it. And Callie's more on this really thin timeline because she like has to take this bar exam eventually and hopefully pass it. But I think that I feel like maybe Callie was overreacting a bit because it's like it's a practice test that you took online. Like you just keep doing those and getting better. And I understand like her crisis right now, but I'm like, Callie, stop being so hard on yourself. Like it's like the first practice test you've taken, maybe,
Yeah, she's like, I've done it once. I just can't do this
do it
anymore.
again.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna blame Gael because I just keep coming up here every night. He just has his shirt off.
He always has his shirt off, man. What like?
That's how he does his art.
Okay. He doesn't want to get the clay on his shirt.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I get it.
that's fair.
That's the only reason. Yeah. So that kind of wraps up the recap portion. But I really wanted to get in our next segment, which is This Girl is Dope. So Taylor, take it away.
Yes, so this week's really dope girl is Kyrsten Sinema. She is the first openly bisexual member of the U.S. House of Representatives, the first openly bisexual person elected to the U.S. Senate, and the first woman elected as a U.S. Senator from Arizona. So she's like breaking all of these,
Nice.
records, I guess, or just the first of a lot of things, which is awesome. She also earned a degree from Arizona State University College of Law and became a criminal defense lawyer. And random fun fact, she completed an Ironman triathlon in a little more than 15 hours.
What?
So she is literally just like the most badass person in every way, shape, and form.
That is amazing.
Her last name was Cinema?
Yes.
Cool.
Oh my
With
gosh,
an
I like
S.
that.
Yeah.
That's also a great last name. Damn.
That really is.
Amazing. Her hair is awesome too. Like,
Yeah.
not that that's the main
She's the
thing,
full
but
package.
she is the full package.
Wow. That's awesome.
Kyrsten Sinema.
That's a big deal. That's
Yeah.
really cool. That's awesome. Well, that's definitely good, right?
Yes.
But in life, there's lots of trouble as well. And Chae, take it away.
Okay, so this is 2 questions. The first question is going to focus on Alice because we have to. Because even though her radio apology, even with that, do we feel that even though she's always been there for Sumi, instead of treating her own self-caring for herself, her self-love, is that going to be good or trouble?
And for those of you who are listening to our podcast version and not the visual on YouTube, we're playing a game of Have You Been Good or Trouble? We have these paddles. One side says good, one side says trouble, and it's up to us to figure out which situation in the show we think is good or trouble. So what do you guys think of this whole Alice Sumi? Is it going to lead to good or trouble?
Wait, so what is the actual question we're asking? Because I feel like
Chae asks 3 questions at once.
Yeah.
Ask one question.
It was one question.
let's simplify it.
Simplify the question.
Okay, so my question is Alice going to keep letting Sumi interfere with her love life now that kind of we see Joey might be coming in? Is that going to be good or trouble for her, or she's finally going to realize?
Okay.
Okay. All right. 3,
That was the first question. So
3, 2, 1. Okay, all right. For those of you who are listening, Taylor and I both say good. Dhruv and Chae say trouble, and we're going to get into that. For me personally, I think that she has to kind of find, sometimes you have to go back to your, like the dog goes back to its vomit. Sometimes you have to go back like one last time.
I've never heard that, but continue.
Sometimes you got to go back one last time to really just get it out of your system. It happens.
Okay.
It just happened to me. You got to go back. You got to be like, okay, no, we're good. And then she's going to be able to move on and move forward in the best way possible because she hopefully will not be having any second guesses on if it would work out or if it wouldn't. So I think it will lead to good.
Okay. I said trouble. You know how a cat sometimes eats its own poop?
Yes.
Why are we using these analogies? Continue though.
I love it.
I think it's just, I just think it's, I'm rooting so much for Alice to just have her own thing, just be independent of this bad past relationship. Sorry, so I think I'm answering the right thing.
Yes.
Right? You said, is it going to be good or trouble that she's going back to...
Yeah. Is it gonna is now that she kind of sees where she's gone wrong? Is that gonna be good, or she's gonna come on back? Past habits coming back.
I think the fact that she interrupted her date to go hang out and comfort Sumi is not a good sign. I think that's the trouble part. You know what I mean? That means that there's some lingering stuff there that even though she made the apology on the radio show for the 11 listeners, which is very sweet, it's still very kind. And listen, I've been there. You know, I've hosted podcasts for 11 people. It's tough. It's a tough grind. So Joey needed that content. It was probably good content for her, but it wasn't. It's not a good. It's still bad that she interrupted seemed like a really hot date for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason I said trouble is because even though Alice, she took that first step, I don't think she's hit her rock bottom in her and Sumi's relationship yet to actually be completely over it. And even though hopefully Joey will be coming back and be around, the drama is not exactly necessarily going to be stopped.
And sorry, what animal eating what body fluid is that like?
I'm not doing all that.
I have one.
I don't even have one, so that's also you don't get it for me. Sorry.
Okay.
So when you get stung by a jellyfish and you have to pee on the wound.
Right.
Wow.
This actually works for this. So I think that in a way, Sumi is like the sting, you know what I mean? Like the sting of the jellyfish. But she has such great friends that are willing to go to any lengths to like wake her up. Like the people at the coterie care so much about Alice, I feel like, and I think they're just maybe gonna snap her out of this and be like, listen, you deserve better. They're gonna yes, exactly. And so I think that you guys are right, and maybe she'll trip up once or twice and keep going back to the vomit, but in the end I think that her friends are gonna help her out of it.
I don't want to give spoilers, but in episode 8 a bunch of the coterie members do all pee on
They go to the beach.
Leg. Yeah, they go to the beach.
Yeah.
So good guessing.
Thank you so
Our
much.
predictions every week, guys. We're nailing them.
And just
Absolutely.
one more quick one before we leave. Okay, because Mariana had a threesome, do we feel that she's going to continue to experiment with other areas of the sexual nature that is going to be good or bad for her? Because I feel like sometimes she has a tendency to overdo things.
She does.
So do we feel like that's going to be a good thing or a troubling thing?
Oh, okay. We are always so divided.
An even flip.
So I voted trouble. Taylor voted trouble. And Dhruv and Chae again voted the same, because both of you chose the same last time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both good. All right. I
flipped
want to
it.
know why.
Why good?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if she's in the mood for, experimenting a little more, it's possible that she might be like, there's that other guy at my tech office who I can experiment with a little bit, and
Right.
let's see where that leads me.
You so smoothly just looped that right into your storyline.
did.
Props to you.
What baffles me is the fact that she's like, oh my gosh, a good guy who actually is into me, which she doesn't think that you are fully into her. She thinks that you might be having other motives.
And Raj is one of those good guys who's like, is he a good guy or is he a performative good guy? Yeah.
Okay.
Is he a trouble guy? Is he a good guy or a trouble guy?
I can see that.
Yeah.
But I feel like, she has you there. And, we can, as the viewer, we see your intentions. But then she just, looks at that. She's like, no, that's not good for me. But then she's like, I'm just going to go out and, while out, But anyway, I digress. Chae, tell us why you said good.
Because it's awesome. It's fun. And for me, it's just what Davia said. It's empowering as a woman to do that and, not be shamed for it. Because a guy's not shamed for it at all. He's celebrated. So I am here for it. And even I don't think she's going to, I'll take that back. I hope she does not overdo it. I do think experimenting and just getting out there is going to be good for Mariana. Because obviously work isn't, happy for her right now. So, that might be a fun little pick-me-up she might need once in a while.
Okay.
I agree. I think that it can be very good for her, and she should do what she wants, especially if she feels empowered and good about it. However, we've seen Mariana take things really far, especially since she's still $20,000 in debt, you guys. And I'm afraid that she's going to just maybe keep using this as a crutch in a way and an escape, and maybe that could lead to some trouble. And Mariana's the kind of person that just needs to experience things to learn her lesson. I feel like but I think everything will be okay in the end, but I can see there being some little obstacles from her continuing to kind of while out, as you said.
I feel like, you know, everyone was into it, you know, that night, and everyone wanted that, and, you know, she felt empowered by it. Quickly, she found out the next morning that wasn't really acceptable what she did, and, you know, she's interfering with a relationship now. And I think at the end of the day, you know, she experimented, but I think it's trouble because I feel like if she's looking for love or eventually, or if she's looking for something else, she's not going to find that there. And I feel like repeating that might pull her away from ever really wanting something more for herself, someone who's going to like devote themselves completely to her, if that makes sense.
Yeah, or just you mean like recognizing the good parts of a relationship too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at right now. But I mean, you know.
And guys, if you want to win one of these paddles, it's like so easy.
Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't even make it more easy. So how do you win,
cool.
Dakota?
So basically, all you got to do to win one of these paddles, which you'll actually not have one like this, you're going to have one that's signed by all the members of the cast who's came in for our show. Yes, so afterwards, we've got a couple paddles for you to sign.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's exciting because you guys can win these by, if you're listening to us on iTunes, obviously give us that 5-star rating and let us know in the comment that you are, you know, what you think of the show, and then also let us know that you are entering in for the contest. And if you're watching us on Facebook, if you're watching us,
when do we do that?
MySpace. If you're watching us
if you're watching us on YouTube, you can comment 5 stars and then let us know you want one of these incredible paddles. Tell us what you love about the show and kind of what your predictions are for next week, because we kind of saw a clip of what's going on. But yeah, it's super easy, and at the end of our season, we're going to be... What are they saying?
Oh my gosh, Chae Jones, it's like, I give you 5 stars. I want a paddle.
Yeah.
Shout out to Queen of Regal, Nas, Flight Chick 86. You guys are awesome and really funny right now.
Is Nas watching this right now?
Nas, yeah. Oh, like I don't know if it's actual Nas.
I hope it's Nas.
But the person's YouTube name is Nas. So
Yes.
there's that. If it's really Nas, that's amazing. you like teen dramas like we do. We appreciate it.
Right. Absolutely. But it's super easy to enter in, and you guys, 5 of you will be getting a paddle at the end of the season. We're going to be picking. And is it U.S. only?
U.S. shipping only, because I can't do international.
Yeah, it's like I get it.
Because this is like my own money that we're doing for this, guys.
We don't have
we don't
have Mariana money.
Yeah,
Okay.
We don't.
I mean, but again, she $20,000 debt, so maybe we also close to Mariana money. I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh, that's hilarious. I love that.
No, it's crazy because they did a little spoof promo saying the average 25-year-old like Ariana Grande is like 31 million. That's her net worth, right? But a normal average college educated 25-year-old is negative $23,000.
Wow.
Sam.
Student loans.
Like
That's insane.
that is insane.
You gotta dig your way out of that hole, you guys. It's hard. But before we wrap, we have to do some predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I was gonna call him Jason.
So, I have a feeling that we're gonna see you next episode. Not because we saw the teaser and saw your face.
That's not at all.
I feel like we're gonna see your character Raj, and that he is going to, come up to Mariana and just kind of explain where his head's at, and just kind of see what she thinks, and just have like a very open, honest conversation. That's my prediction.
Okay.
Now that Jesus is coming and Rebecca is involved, I am
Ooh.
super just excited to see how Callie deals with that, because even both their faces, Rebecca even was just like how do you know my person? Okay, cool. But for Raj, like you were saying earlier, I actually am predicting for longer down the episodes that he's going to explode on his team. How that's going to look, I don't know. Is it going to be awesome? Definitely. I'm here for it. I'm ready for it, because I feel like you're just like bursting like there's all this stuff that has been harping on you and is weighing you down so much. And once it explodes, you're just going to be like, damn, I feel good.
I'm excited.
It's a good prediction. I'm super worried about next week. Jesus and Rebecca. Oh, what a combo. What an unexpected thing that is going to happen, but I'm really excited about it. And I'm wondering what's going to happen at Callie's little law office too, because I mean, Rebecca's past the bar. Now I feel like that might shift the power dynamics a little bit, because she does have this qualification that the other two don't have yet. And I'm anxious to see more about Ben, because we saw him last week trying to rat Callie out, obviously, and so I'm anxious to see more from him and
Right.
whether he's more good or trouble.
And Rebecca obviously is showing up at the apartment. She might see Malika, which is something that, she can report back to Judge Wilson about. But you guys, we're going to keep the conversation going next week at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you tune into the AfterBuzz TV drama channel. In the meantime, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones. And where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Dhruv Uday Singh. I'll spell it DHRUVUDAYSINGH.
Perfect.
You guys can find me at Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find me on Sundays at 9 p.m. on Black Monday. And guys, we have so many guests that are coming in for from now to episode 12. So tune in.
Awesome. You guys can find me on Twitter at alphaba_and, on Instagram at Taylor_Gates_. You can also see me on Sundays at 8 o'clock on the One Day at a Time after show. So definitely tune into that.
Yes, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me. What a pleasure.
We can't wait to see what happens with your character.
Oh yeah, I can make predictions for next week and just tell you the whole script.
right after the break. We love you guys, and we will check out with you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.